Hello.
We are back again.
Ladies and gentlemen, boosters and hens and everything else in between. We almost were on time this week, but Josh ruined that. We are Cock Talk, and we are here. And as always, from the Coop Collective, I am Tyler at MBF Express. We have our doing too much all the time, nonstop, driving me crazy in text messages. Producer at Grateful Coops, Josh. Yep. This news to you.
Called out on the show. Damn.
The man with the theories who has trucked it back home tonight to be with us again, Waddle Racing, Blake, and the silent partner, No More. Dad, thanks for coming. Checking Order Racing, Dave. Gentlemen, I've been speaking to you now for 40 minutes, but how we doing?
Doing fantastic. Yeah, so I think
hell of an intro.
I've been saying if we get enough people that can bother Josh, that we need to do a Patreon in that first 40-minute segment. I think it would be worth the money.
I'll just run shot wheel spots the whole time.
It's just a giant shill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It won't be as we'll totally sell.
It was
out
great
if we do that
because people want to hear us talk about our facial hair and our ear-piercing adventures.
Yeah, and just,
they would have loved
a litany of profanity. Like it's just nonstop.
Our high school hairstyles.
Like,
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Who can guess which one of us was in a band?
More than one, actually. I just wasn't. Yeah. I just didn't interject. Oh,
of course you were in a band.
Of course, he's piercing his own ears in the back of a piece of
crap car.
Tried
to be in a band.
Yeah. You and your buddy in the back of a van.
We never got out of the basement. I'll just say.
No, we should totally start a band, man. We can't play anything, but like. I don't know. It can't be that hard.
Just 4 vocalists.
Vortex of Idiots is a good band name.
That is a good band name.
Yes, it is.
Sure, it's taken.
It is now.
Taken. So how you doing, boys?
Right.
You good?
Good. Yeah, real good.
Chicken Derby, right?
Yeah. Really.
We're here.
Hey, and the racing has been a lot more steady this week, right? At least compared to weeks past. What I mean, at least more days. How many days did we get in?
The last day was really decent.
How many days did we get in is what I mean. I mean, total days that we raced. So that was an uptick on the week before, right?
Well, the week before was 1 day.
Yeah, there you go. So next
week, go up
we'll be 5. We'll be on 5.
Only up from here, right?
Yeah, we just need 5, and then we're good.
5, yeah.
And when that new server is ready,
to
the moon.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, there was quietly some good news this week, and I know that it's that it's a little bit of a feeling. It's weird. It's feeling like a lull, even though beta's here because it's inconsistent and it's the bug phase, and yeah, it's frustrating. So I get it, but it's right there. We are probably a little bit closer than we think to just having something a little bit more consistent.
WT, an accordion group is really a band. I'm sure you've heard of us. Polka 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 is one of our hits. We play right outside of Sheboygan.
Stop watching Home Alone.
Jeez. But yeah, no,
that's probably the best part of the whole movie is that John Candy bit.
I actually forgot he was in it when I watched it with my son recently. Yeah.
In a van, right? They're traveling in a van.
Yep.
But you're right. No, it has been a little bit frustrating. I've probably been frustrated the most out of us 4 this week. But then I had to sit back and think, like, this is what I signed up for at the end of the day. Like, It's not going to be, when you hear about other people able to have a good and smooth experience in beta, it doesn't happen for everybody, right? So something that I had to keep reminding myself of not getting into 20 races and.
But you know what's funny? You get Blake and you guys is everybody's been like win racing, mm-hmm. And then as soon as we get racing, all of a sudden I've seen more of this in the chat: win marketing.
Yeah,
right.
It's like one thing after another. It's like,
guys,
come on, people. Baby steps. We're in the baby step stage right now.
You devs better not be taking any breaks. No breaks. 24-hour days. Don't sleep. Get this thing done.
Yeah. Just because we don't sleep doesn't mean they can't.
Smooth and steady. This thing keeps, inching along, and that's what's going to turn out a good product at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So.
You betcha.
Coding is hard.
Yeah, that's
very hard.
I don't know how to do it.
Pretty sure I'm
so
teaching my toddler how to code.
Yeah.
I think this is pretty sure why us four are sitting here talking right now, and instead of coding, making a game.
Right.
Yeah, we're nerds, but we're not that nerd.
We're not useful nerds. We're just parasitic
we're the
type.
unskilled nerds.
We're just the nerds that take up a lot of space.
Okay, so since the mood is up right now and we're feeling good, let's bring in Butterman's chart.
Ruin the mood.
Ruin that mood.
Dang it.
Real fast.
Oh,
I wish people would stop undercutting the Sorama market, though.
I know.
Yeah.
People should stop doing that, especially
Don't
mods
wanna,
and hosts of podcasts.
Point fingers. No.
Which square is he in?
Yeah, I forget that it's reversed. So it went that way.
It's definitely one of these directions.
Yeah. Excuse me. So ups and downs, strikes and gutters, peaks and valleys, the floor has been a little weird lately. You'd think it, I don't know. Although Tyler, you made a pretty good point earlier this week about, people have been kind of waiting for this time, that this was probably part of their exit strategy was, when racing gets here, to kind of get out a little bit, or, just we've just seen some wallets getting, not so much cleaned out, but there's been some people getting out, and that's how, that's fine.
I've dropped the same sentiment a few times now, because you kind of get different people coming at different times. I don't want to be a broken record, but basic idea is that there's just a lot of dynamics right now between large accounts moving lower stock, flippers that got in at the wrong time and are consolidating a little bit. Just the basic unrealistic expectation of how fast it takes to make a video game, and the internal FUD that goes within people, and then they get a little worried. Dedicated users that are just looking to chip up. I mean, that's the reason we keep seeing, both Wally and I, Speaker City Racing sold Saramas today for 0.25 because we just wanted to be liquid, and we got them for cheaper. So we just the thrill of being liquid right now, and just the way this is going, it's a good thing to be liquid. So, there's a lot of reasons, and just some people that are just like, I'm going to go ahead and sell what I can right now to free roll. And, I see a lot of stuff that's on the market are either they bought during some of the peaks and now they feel like they're, for whatever reason, looking to get off that, or there's a lot of stuff that shows up on the market that was minted right now. So that, and everything you put on the market right now, even the stuff that's selling for 0.35 is, for a lot of these people, is still at least breaking even. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons, and I'm not really worried about it because it's still just nice entry points.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of entry points for all wallet sizes to jump into this game right now. So yeah,
and it's a bit of a natural period where people might get a little cold feet during this little lull period, during this time when we're just kind of waiting for open beta. You see people come in and they can't race right away. So, if they don't have the dedication, or quite frankly, just the financial backing to sit on a fair amount of ETH until racing shows up. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. The other thing to keep in mind is it is December. So for tax-paying individuals, you might have things you want to get in order, or you might be, trying to get back into fiat so that you can, splurge on Christmas or whatever it might be. December's a bit of a weird.
There has been some weird.
For those non-Canadians.
What was funny is for tax-paying individuals, for those of you that don't break the law.
Imagine.
But what do you guys think is the total overall number that's actually listed for sale? It's got to be under 20%, just looking at these numbers, right? Of the total overall birds.
We should look that up, and I'm pretty sure it's way under that.
I mean, I'm just doing a rough gauge of looking at each number, and that's, there's some. But how many total hundreds are there of Lackenville? There's not very many.
Let me look.
Right. Asking questions we don't have answers to right now, Blake.
Well, right. I'm just looking over on the right. Right.
181.
Yeah, there we go.
So listed on the market was 48. I think total listed on the market is. Oh, I can't. I'd have to crunch all.
Right. We don't know those numbers, but
the quickest math would be in the talents, but
just looking, if you average them out, it's got to be under 20%.
Yeah, there you go. Just looking at the talents. 35. About 4,000.
14%.
Yeah, just short of 4,000 out of 33,000 are on the market. And there's a bunch in there that are listed at nonsense prices too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
say at least
Yeah.
10-15% are just flat nonsense prices. Yeah.
Like I have one bird listed and it's listed for 10
mine's listed for
times
a
what it could
ridiculous
sell
amount.
for.
Mine is a marker of when I need to start keeping an eye. So when that bird sells, then I know that all right, we're back and ready roll.
That's fair.
So I just got like a little test bird.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't necessarily just have nonsense ones, but just have like, yeah, I'm not selling this bird until it gets to this price, and realistically, it will.
And it's that bird that I bought with you when I went over at the peak. And then like the next week is when they started going down. So
right.
Yeah.
Happens.
So yeah, it's a weird little period we're sitting in, and I think a lot of these kind of pains that we see from just a couple people that pop in here and there will probably feel quelled once they see consistent racing, and once we see, because like what I loved already is that just the overall experience of watching a race went up exponentially. It really did. Like they tightened up everything, and some of the races look similar, but just about every bird is in the screen for the entire race. Like every once in a while, the back bird will fall off, but they'll come back again. We still have tight finishes. It's starting to look a little bit better each time.
Well, now we have tight finishes. They were looking pretty decent on the last session we had.
Yeah. The lane 1 to 8 finishing 1 to 8 day was a bit of a rough day, but
hey, I was happy.
The session we had after that was good.
If you know what, it's a bit of a testament to just everybody that when that happened, it didn't cause that big of a problem.
No,
because
I mean
they
caught it. They saw
right.
it. It was taken care of. They hopped on it and had it fixed before the next day. I'm pretty sure.
I do think it helped that it was not a day where the entry fees were working, so it was all free races. So nobody was losing their money.
Yeah, they weren't put in a spot
bug
where they would think like, "Ooh, do we have to refund everybody's money?" or like that. They weren't put in that position yet. So yeah, it was a good day for it to happen for sure.
Yeah. I mean, and at the end of the day, talking about birds and all that, do any of us not want more birds? Do we not? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I would love to have. Every time I'm thinking about it, I want to see how many.
The sentence that just left your mouth.
More.
Huh?
More birds.
More birds.
More birds.
More birds.
Yes.
Couple more.
So my son has a book entitled More Bears, and at the end of it, the last page says more chickens.
Yes.
That's just my motto.
Yes, more chickens.
Yes.
More
chickens.
Everybody wants more.
Like the meme that won the contest weeks back.
Eat more chickens.
Get more chickens.
Yeah. Yes.
Or buy more chickens.
Buy more chickens.
And this is the perfect time, right?
Yes, sir. I feel like this is also the perfect time for us to pause 30 seconds for our weekly shill.
Hey. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Do you see that smooth caramel being made right there? I usually don't do this, but this project I found is going to the moon. If you're not bullish on Shotwell Candy Company, baby, you're not gonna make it. Shotwell Candy Company. Eat caramel, be awesome. Cock Talk 20. Do it.
Yeah, it's Cock Talk 20. Go get some caramel.
I need to reload. I had someone pop in and then blamed me for their new addiction to the pecan bourbon. Pecan.
Yeah, someone in the chat says they only show up just to hear you slap them lips.
Drippa snippa. Yeah. I don't have any in front of me right now.
He is fresh out.
I'll be back.
Yeah. Also, while you're here, make sure you like and subscribe the show. I'm sure the 20 of you that are watching are probably the faithful.
There's one like right now, you people.
Yeah, get them up there.
There's two. I just liked it.
Oh.
So 19 of them don't like the show.
It's all right.
Right about now, I can't blame them. But so
we got a dev blog here. Yeah.
It's got all our favorite things.
Yes. Metaverse. Concept drawings. All day. Love it. Hello, chicken holders and aspiring chicken holders. Welcome to the Chicken Derby Weekly Development Update. Since the update, they've done 4 more races. They're pleased to see that every time we've been able to improve. And yeah, that's kind of what we were just hitting on. They've been cranking out improvements every time a new session loads up. You know, little setbacks, but they've been nailing them. They got new race logic to keep more chickens on the screen. Stripes, beak rings, and vampire teeth now visible on screen. I did actually notice that.
Yes.
That I saw a.
Check A.
I saw a. I didn't notice it on Jackie right away, but I was pretty sure I saw it on Tyler, or not Tyler's, but a bull ring on one of the chickens. It's like, oh yeah, that looks nice. Looks clean, visible too. It's not just like tiny and you can't see.
Yeah, I like it.
Owner name visible on the scheduled races page. No more chickens moonwalking across the finish line. Man, I like that.
I think that's something they can bring back.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Back pocket.
the chicken pulls a white glove out and just starts moonwalking the wrong way. That'd be, or like something that put it, talent that affects another bird.
Could be one of the acts of God.
Jeez.
Moonwalk.
It gets hit by lightning and just starts going backwards. Yeah.
So
Could be terrible.
They also took a second to thank everyone who's been taking part in the races. They're still experiencing some issues, which we know can be frustrating, but your feedback is very valuable to them and helping them shape the game. Your comments in the Discord and over the 100 submissions we've had in our bug report forum have been more helpful than you can know. Absolutely, these guys can't find everything, so that's why we're closed beta.
Yeah, I mean, we say this all the time, but like, they read the chat too. It's just a cool thing. Like everything you say, like not everything, because obviously they're not hawking it all the time, but they see a lot of the things. They check suggestions. If you're in the beta channel chat, they're hearing you. They really are. And they're even when you throw shade their way, they're commenting back on it. So yeah,
they were working this weekend. They heard your comment.
Yeah. Why?
Heaven forbid.
Oh boy.
They better not take Christmas off.
Oh my God! If they take Christmas off, I am selling. Nothing. I'm selling nothing.
So their primary goal is to get racing stable, and yes, that's what we all want to see. And to be sure, every time there is a race, nobody is charged unfairly, and everybody is paid out fairly. Once racing is stable, we will begin the work on automatic race generation, which will allow races to run 24/7. That is a clutch moment when we can just hop on and, hey, let's go race.
Yeah, that'll be the turning point when they can just let the races automatically go, and then it doesn't need to be kind of at an hour where the team of developers is all on standby.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, I thought one of you were saying. If you want to know how they're doing, you can check out the public Trello board that they've got. They update it regularly and have added a new list called Improvements to Come. So yeah, there are some of the things that they'll be developing in due course based on the feedback we've been giving. He's got some more animations. Still working on those talents, and their latest endeavor has been the growth. One swig of the potion, and he grows to a monstrous size. I love how the head and the beak is first. It'd be kind of funny if he would like face plant and drag his face on the ground for a second.
Does he run faster or just take longer strides?
It just looks like the strides are
strides,
just,
yeah.
And obviously you're going to take up more space the more the strides are. So yeah, I like that. I like the little thing they threw out. They were like, drinking a potion's a talent, right?
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, just throw that, just a little tidbit in there. A little face plant at the end, both in and out, because his head's too heavy. It'd be a little funny.
Well, as long as it doesn't slow him down.
Right. Yeah. It would just be hilarious.
Maybe at the end, like when he's shrinking back to size, instead of it just like shrinking down, he can just fall and then come back up and start.
Hems just said, I'm missing the flight talent. We haven't seen that yet. And that's probably like, is it flight? It's the question mark on the end. So like, that's probably going to end. That's the perfect one to end, where they land and just tumble. And that's where they're trying to fly. They're trying to fly and they can't. And they tumble. And when they tumble, they jump like 5 spots up and then keep running. Like that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect and stupid. I love it.
Like
they might hit the ground a couple times
in the flight, but when he hits the ground and rolls,
fast roller,
where he gains the fastball. So they've got over half the talent animations complete.
Oh.
So yeah, there are quite a few out there that have been elusive to us, and one that everybody wants to see is the black hole, including myself. So we know that thing's going to be juicy.
That's the second time tonight someone commented on my gray hairs. Thank you, Crazy Jay. I'm well aware.
Hey, to be
Tyler
fair, I
needs a hat
complimented them.
Oh
You did.
man,
Yeah, Silver Fox. Yeah.
Yeah, he is
Looking
good. Graying nice.
Oh man, I thought that was just your background.
No.
Blah.
No, that's all
Like
there.
I thought it was the bird.
Cars in the shop and the
Oh.
hats in the car. So you
And,
got
and you
got
guys
Silver
call me
Fox.
the old one.
Yeah.
Wait,
Just
you don't
getting
have a
called
box of
out,
hats?
Finding out
Say
new
what?
things left and right.
I have a
I
whole
wear a
bunch of
hat.
hats right here, but I'm not going to wear a bunch of hats that I'm going to give to other people. So
Oh, sorry, anyone who I send hats to. They've all been worn by Dave.
listen, guys, work with your father and you'll see how quickly the gray hairs come. So
Which, are you referring to Dave or your real
Yeah.
dad?
oh, well, yeah, both of them. I can't escape them. I
You
got
have two
double
dads
dads.
now. Remember.
I've grayed Tyler in 6
Yeah.
months.
So there is still a lot to do in terms of getting them implemented, but we're very eager to start adding them once racing is running smoothly. You bet. The metaverse, you love these concept sketches,
Now-
but they are getting better.
As much as people give them shit and kind of about, oh, we're going
What
to
up,
get more
Beardy?
metaverse sketches this week, you know, kind of. But I think I'm excited about this part, to be
Mhm.
honest,
I
because look how in depth. I mean, if you really look at this picture, there's a lot of detail to this.
I mean, even as a concept, there's detail.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I was just pretty impressed in the chat this week when Apex said 2022 metaverse when asked when metaverse.
Yeah,
Right.
2022.
I missed that.
Like
And
he
when
didn't
I
say it with
saw
a
it-
question mark. Like he believes 2022 metaverse.
And when I teased on the tweet I put out, that there was a big announcement, big news on that. That's the big news for me because there was someone asking about. I think it may have been King JB that was asking about like, are you going to be on Sandbox or how's the land going to work? And then they even teased the little spot where they have something fit in where they're going to use land and the whole bit from it. And
Mhm.
then they reiterated, I think twice even, that like, yeah, 2022 is when they want to get the metaverse up and running, and that's ambitious. And I'm here for it. I
gonna
get
be-
that their timelines are aggressive sometimes, but I'm here for that ambition.
Well,
It's
here's
gonna
the
be their
thing. Like, you
own,
could
right?
go so
It's not-
far with that. I mean, think about like this. Like we've talked about it multiple times that we've got racing, but when the metaverse gets here,
Yeah.
man, we're talking land. I mean, if it's purchasable land, then, whew.
My question is now they're doing their own though, right? Is that what we're under this impression of? They're not.
That's the
gonna
impression
do
I'm
it-
getting.
Yeah.
They didn't say
That's
yes.
what-
or
that's
no
what
to
I've always
Sandbox, but
understood.
that's the impression I'm getting on it. Yeah.
At least I've had the idea of. I mean, if they do, maybe so be it. But
Yeah, and even if they build their own thing, but then eventually have a presence in Sandbox or Decentraland or whatever it
whatever
Mhm.
might
takes
be,
off.
then you kind of cover both off that they have, for the when marketing crowd.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Possibly,
what?
Greg.
So that's a good. From what comes first, the metaverse or marketing? Do they market before they release the metaverse, or do they get all those tested out? Right, because you're gonna have to test out the communication features and all these other beta things in their metaverse. Do they? Is
Well,
that?
I think we'll see marketing for chicken racing
Yeah.
in open beta.
I would imagine they want to see what this will do once the masses kind of flood in,
Yeah.
and even if open beta doesn't bring the masses that
Okay.
the average person would expect, I would think that that's something that they're looking for. Is
So-
they want an influx of users, and open
you
beta
think-
would be a perfect opportunity.
Do you think that when this metaverse comes out, then that it's just a free for all, everybody's in, or do they have a beta for the metaverse as well?
We'll
That's
find
a
out,
fair
I
point.
guess.
That's a fair point because you just drop that like I think Crazy Dave was saying in there is that like yeah they have kind of shown us that there's chickens already in the metaverse, but that's kind of like the base setup from their ganja farm.
Yeah.
But
Right.
still like that's where it's coming
Oh,
from.
yeah.
Like that's the base for it already.
Yep.
They're way
That code's
ahead,
already there. They just
They
need
just
to
have
tweak it.
to.
which
They
is
just
probably
have
what
to
gives them
take
that,
off
yeah.
all the ganja farm
Yeah, take off
art
some of
and-
the weed.
and
Or just
put in.
some of the-
Just some of it.
Just
Like,
sell
some of
that
it.
land to
It would,
Josh.
but you could upload
That's
it in.
my plot.
I think
Staked.
they've already got it built for the most part. Obviously, they're probably going to expand on that maybe in different ways, but
yeah, and I think that's at the end of the day their passion project, and
Yeah.
Chickens is paying the bills right now.
Well, because like think about even if any of you have ever watched there's an interview with Apex himself that Crypto Poppy did.
His only one that we know of right now. Yeah.
And if you watch that, he says so many great things of their vision with this. And honestly, to lead it off, he started off saying that we didn't even intend on originally this being a chicken racing game. It was just their whole intent originally was an open game world where you could do anything. Pretty much, they wanted to start off with a metaverse, and then you could go and do wacky, fun things.
And there would be chicken racing in it. Yeah.
Yeah, and there'd be chicken racing in it. And then all of a sudden, they were like, well, wait a minute. This thing has legs. Pun there.
Two legs.
Oh, we did the same time.
good job.
And so yeah, that's kind of how this all originated. So you be back in the mind of my mind. I the potential with this is just out the crazy.
Yeah, that's
because their goal, like I said, the goal in mind was this.
Yeah, and they
originally
wouldn't be putting this much time into these mock-ups and sketches. And that's the thing too. Like, yeah, it's easy to say, like, can't they just hire some more devs to get this going? But, coding is tricky like that. Adding more devs to do coding doesn't make it any faster. So the more they're adding on here, they already hired people to be doing this work here. So I think what's crazy about it is, like, this is not something that they just kind of want to, eventually get to. They aggressively want to get to this metaverse where we are spending time, which takes me back to the episode we did with Once Harvey about, the tokenomics, about being a time spent on the platform. The longer you're there, the more you'll end up doing more things. And who knows what that actual Coop Collective token, Chicken Derby token will actually, grant you in the future. And that more time you are there, the metaverse is something that is meant to keep you there.
When token.
Oh, tired.
When Lambo, that was in today.
But yeah, they have a master plan, right? Even the new people that are buying chickens now or in new, they have no idea that there's potentially more, what do you want to call them? Animals, characters coming down the road.
Yeah.
Right. That they've teased about in some early videos. But yeah, if they're going to do
in there at one point, like there's a little bit of everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
If they're going to do that with the metaverse in 2022, then we might see a new character by 2023 or into 2022, depending on, something like that.
But yeah, if we remember in that teaser video, that was way down the road with the added characters and stuff. That'd be like fully, once we're in the Metaverse and we're rocking.
Yeah. That's like after they finish the initial roadmap. So after we've got our token, then, roadmap 2.0 kicks in, and that's where we might start to see the real master vision.
Yeah. Right. The
it's
grand.
Exciting.
It is.
Yeah. So it's
a process, right?
I mean, I was going to point out, I forgot, had a point and I forgot the point and now I got it again.
You're welcome.
You had said it's, there's coding and it's hard to hire a lot of people like that. Everyone has to realize the NFT play to earn or gaming scene is seriously exploding so much right now that I'm sure it's probably really hard to find people that are, in the space one and can code at that level that aren't already in a project or tied up into something.
And as we've seen with like the Wolf game and then the 400 iterations of the Wolf game thereafter, a lot of people were coming in really fast trying to make a quick buck, and they did. And we have no idea what those games are going to do and how those ones are going to react. So yeah, I get the impatience. It's got to drive you a little bit crazy to be sitting on this amount of ETH on chickens when you see these other ridiculous things happening. But in the end, those are gambles. This is still a gamble too, but you are, if you should be longing this is something
it comes down for me to who's behind the project, right?
Too. Yeah.
There's a lot of characters that go from to project to project to project.
Yeah.
You know, and it seems to be the same theme on all these projects at the same time. And you know, these guys are focused on one thing, and as we're saying, a bigger picture, right? This is he said, well, what I think he posted something today. We're at level 0 essentially, as far as the gameplay, right? But think of it as we're not even at 1.
The base isn't even created yet.
Right. So
they're literally perfecting the base.
These guys are focused only on this. This is why I think it separates itself from a lot of these.
Well, and think of this. Think how many projects out there are you in that daily in the chat that you see, oh, this is if you're not in it for the long game, bro, then you're not NGMI. Okay, how many of those projects are like this one where like, okay, so in my opinion, of all the projects out there that say if it's a long play, this is a long-term play, this game is the long-term play, and it is like the one that has the most promise in my opinion, just from what we've been exposed to, and like just the 23 weeks we've been doing this show. It's just every week it's something new, and they've been throwing these metaverse sketches at us almost weekly, not to annoy us, but to like this should excite you, in my opinion. Like it's awesome. And this game, some people get impatient for this game and they want it now, and I can't.
Well, you know,
why.
to be completely blunt,
this just everything with this game is great.
To be really forward and blunt with it as well, you know, these aren't immature mid-20-year-olds running this game. You know, these are people, and that's a lot of this space. Sadly, is a little bit of that. And, you know, you don't really know what you're getting into, when things are going to fall apart, projects that you really like. And then, you know, something weird happens and everyone has to flood to Twitter and figure out what the drama is. Like, you don't have any of that here. You've seasoned, adults that are professionals that are making a game. And that's always been the thing that's brought me to just like an absolute fever pitch in my mentality.
And to be honest, I'm in a few different Discords. Some of them, the devs are not there at all. Others, they're there all the time, like they're part of the group. And I don't know if I want either one of those, because if you're there all the time, how much you putting into the overall project? These guys give us the perfect type of communication. You know, they're there at the beginning of their shift and after the shift, and they check in with us and see how we're doing. You know, you can tell. So it's...
Sorry.
I see.
Damn you, Pete. Well, I was going to say damn it, Pete, earlier when he said that my gray hair was going to look like my microphone head soon.
Oh, my.
That's great.
Yeah, that was... There's some lowbrow stuff going around today on the show.
Coming for me. That's fine. I got thick skin.
Apparently, it's not your birthday this week.
No.
They're over Tyler week.
They're over
that.
After he started playing, after they've seen him beat their birds a couple times, they're like, "I'm over the happy birthday."
No more happy birthday.
Hey, I got a White Peak Sarama that's finished first and second 2 races. So I mean, watch out.
Happy birthday, riding that pine.
The honeymoon phase is over. Oh yeah, happy birthday is 0-4 now in paid races, so they are on the bench from paid races.
That's a pretty bad ROI.
Not good. After the first win, it's just been bad. Now the one was during. No, actually, that wasn't. I can't even blame it on the 1 through 8. Yeah, it's been a rough run, but she's pretty.
Hopefully, she's good in the hen house.
Yeah, very pretty.
I'll give her a go.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's fine. You
Charles Bockley might give her a running for it in the hen house.
So
this is getting creepy. No.
Yeah. When chicken sex?
When chicken sex. Dave coming in with the chicken sex again.
Yes.
Our chicken sex expert.
Yes. Oh, we need some music for that.
Oh, we need a match game.
And we need to put him in like a doctor's like jacket.
We'll bring up some technical diagrams one of these weeks.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Just wear some tweed with some elbow patches and then we'll start talking.
So Tyler had a Freudian slip earlier.
Yes, I did.
It's not a token.
It wasn't quite Freudian. Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's not a token.
But when token.
Inaccurate Freudian slip.
Yeah.
Win loving, you bet. Excuse me. So, we got some fun stuff to talk about. A little Coop Collective fun stuff.
Little roadmap.
Little roadmap.
Where are we going?
Well, I don't want to say the moon, but
We're going to the back of the barn for chicken sticks.
Yeah.
Going to the moon
Hey,
in our Lambo.
I'll tell you where we're gonna go. We're gonna make a lot of chicken holders happy. That's where we're gonna go.
yeah.
How about that?
That's what we think, anyways. Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah, we the first thing on there, Q1 2022, released the Coop Collective member NFT. Yes, a member NFT. Yeah. Well, we've got a member NFT that's coming in hot for all you folks out there, and I've got a little teaser I guess I could throw up there, but
A little bit, little something,
a little teaser. We'll get to that in a second. I got to set it
tip?
up, but we got a lot of cool things in here. I mean, we got an NFT coming. The supply will be 500 total. We think it's pretty cool. There's going to be some holder exclusive perks involved.
Yeah, we've been teasing this out a little bit, and don't worry, Bearded, we're gonna raffle one. We got some raffling options coming.
Raffles.
We're
not right now, donut.
Yeah, it's coming. It's just coming.
soon.
We're thinking early January. That's what we're hoping for. Everything seems like it's still in play for that, and obviously when we get a little bit closer, that date will get locked down. So I almost just I swallowed a frog there. So yeah, that date will get a little bit closer, and we'll let you know 100% sure. Stop it, Bearded, not right now. You animals. I'm getting all choked up because this means so much to me. But yeah, the some of our main perks we're looking at it is obviously some perks with tournaments, because one way or another, whether we get private racing or not, tournaments are in the future for the Coop Collective. We do want to get those out there. This is going to be a big part of being in those tournaments, and there is our pretty little coin token. What did you say earlier?
No.
I like
we
to
call
think
it
of
a
this
paw
as our
slammer.
the official seal.
Daddy
Yeah.
Dave's seal of approval.
Yeah.
Right.
No, we called it our Pog Slammer.
The
Oh
Pog
yeah,
Slammer,
that's
yes. Metal
what it is.
Pog Slammer. Yep.
Dated
Yes.
We went
reference
down a
for a
rabbit
bunch
hole
of
combo
30-year-olds.
before the show there. All right, that's enough sneak peeking.
Yeah, that'll be the base of a lot of the things we're doing with that little guy. That'll be something that gets thrown around quite a bit, especially when the tournaments come around, and it's going to be mixed into our NFT a little bit. So we'll see about that. Josh has been having some fun with them, and if you know anything about his background there, Dave's coming around on them.
There's a time and a place.
Yes.
Some things are meant to be clean, and other things are meant to be fun. I don't hate fun.
Yeah, that's
exactly
all right.
what someone
They're
would say.
dad
You hated
approved.
fun.
You hate chaos though.
Coop Collective guaranteed
Yeah, it
and
needs a
dad
point.
approved.
And on that note, we will be. I had some people DMing before that were asking, like, "Hey, like, I don't want to miss out on this. What is it going to be looking like? When's the time? Like, and don't worry if you are active, if you've been a part of this, especially in the Coop Collective Discord, you will be rewarded for that. We will be making sure that we put some things out that we'll be releasing soon. We're hoping by next week to have a lot more details to be able to give you guys Dave #FunKiller.
I'll show it again, fam. Don't worry. It really bogs down my computer to play a video for some reason lately. I don't know what's going on, but I'll show it again here in a little bit. We got some things.
He's
really
still taking donations for that PC, by the way.
The Josh Christmas Computer Fund is still open.
Fam. Yep.
And if not, the NFT will help that.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, as far as pricing and everything, like, that's all going to come. That's all going to come out in a bit. We're going to slow roll this a little bit more while keeping the hype going, because we do want this to be something that everyone's prepared for and that we're prepared for. It's going to be Polygon, of course, because we're keeping everything easy there. You know, we're going to make sure that the way that this is released is also an easy way to figure out, and there'll be it's not going to be like a crazy. There's gonna be a little bit of a crazy rush for it, but we're gonna have a little bit of whitelist action and a whole bit going on. So,
poly for sure, Pete.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if I never have to buy anything on the ETH blockchain again, that's cool. Honestly,
yeah, I'm cool with that too.
Nothing against the ETH blockchain. There was the pillar that got this whole thing moving, but that is a headache anymore. It really is.
Yeah, and that's going to be easier once we start running the tournaments too, obviously.
Right.
So it all kind of ties in together.
Yeah. And it won't be no crazy war on Mint. We're still hashing out final details on that, but it'll be a fairly simple process.
I still love people that come into the main Chicken Coop chat and are just like, what are gas prices like? And they just don't know poly yet. And like for all of us, we're super initiated into it. We understand it, and it's the best thing that we've found in this space. But there's still a lot of people that just do not understand it yet, have not gone over there yet. They look at those projects as like cheap knockoffs because there's a lot of cheap knockoffs, but there's also a lot of cheap knockoffs on the ETH blockchain. It's all there. So, but once people start getting more of a wind of it, and there's more projects that are coming out by the day from it. So I'm excited that we're just going full poly on this thing.
Yeah.
Full poly.
Easy peasy.
So if you don't want to miss this, you have to be in our Discord.
Yeah, be a good idea. Coop Collective
because we won't be shilling this in the main. So it's got to be in our Discord.
Yep.
So
I've even been pretty careful about just shilling the Discord in the main because I don't want it to be like a place that we're just kind of like funneling people from, but it is somewhere we hope people will eventually get to when the main Chicken Coop just becomes oversaturated. So a little bit of a safe haven for sure.
Definitely. So, and that main chat will eventually be a lot more chaotic than it is today.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah.
Once
the Coop will be a nice little safe haven.
Yeah.
So the little third line here, once a certain percentage is secured from this release, we will be purchasing chickens to fill the Coop Collective stud. Gonna edit this to barn. Wink, wink.
Yeah, wink, stud barn. Wink. And we're close to getting all of these details mapped out, and that'll be a big part of what we're going to be rolling out next week as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we can kind of share on like what the general concept of what our stud barn is going to look like, and it's really just we plan. There's 500 of these NFTs. There's going to be we have a number kind of in our head of where we want to get as far as birds supplying into this stud barn.
Which will roll out as well, and that'll correlate with how many are minted and whatnot, and we'll have that all set in there as well.
Yep, and and when this all takes place, we've kind of got it mapped out in our heads on how this is going to work and on paper. But we plan to do some like in barn breeding to where we can use giveaways for holders, perks like that.
Yeah, we got Dave hanging around, Dad putting us over his knee and making sure we don't go anywhere near a DAO.
Yeah, don't say those three letters.
Don't say those. Don't say that.
Don't say DAO.
Semi-DAO.
Yeah, this is all perks. It's almost like an NFT pass into Coop Collective and how we want to take these chickens that we will be purchasing off the marketplace, which will obviously have a rich variety of talents, perfections, heritages, cosmetics at all the different
whole gambit.
Levels.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to be going in and just trying to acquire a lot of chickens that will just be at just maybe a little bit out of your price range, or if not out of your price range, maybe they're just out of your range of being able to be bred with. Because an issue we might run into is that the really cool stuff, the really deep cosmetic stuff is only owned by a select few. And if you can't get in with those people, or if you don't want to really pay whatever it is you're going to have to pay to breed with them, you might never have a chance to breed with a Sarama that has, XY combination, right, or a triple rare. And that's what we're kind of hoping to be able to do here is get some cool stuff, grab some floor birds as well, of course. Yeah. So we get to a certain number. Yeah. And just have a bit of a stud barn that then gets put into a lottery. And as long as you have a token, you're in the lottery every single time a breeding cycle comes around. So, and
for
that's
all birds, every bird,
all the birds,
and here's the kind of cool thing about our there are only 500 of these token. Or damn it, I said it.
Damn it, Josh.
Well, I mean,
we need a
you could
jar.
call it an
We need
NFT.
a
It's still
token
a-
jar. No,
What's the
not
T
a
in
token.
NFT?
The
Tyler?
the
Non-fungible
NFT,
Tyler?
Yes.
the
Damn right.
holders of the NFT essentially are what our idea is the number of chickens that we have. We're going to have a percentage set up so that we can breed them in house and use them for giveaways. A percentage of birds that we may or may not potentially breed in house, and then maybe list on the market to where we could back fund more birds into the stud barn or keep them and add to the stud barn. And then the big fun one is the rest of the birds essentially are going to be thrown out into a pool, and a number from 1 through 500 will get selected each cycle, and that person holding that NFT will get to breed with the selected bird.
And obviously, go ahead, you finish up.
Oh, I was just going to say, and there will be a limit kind of on how many of these you can own per se, or that we will be allowing on the mint. We can't do anything about the secondary, but you're only going to be allowed to get 4 of these max in the beginning. So it kind of lets everybody at least get a chance to get one of these. I mean, we don't want anyone hoarding them, obviously, but
secondary is going to secondary, but obviously there's
nothing you can do about that.
The more of them you have, the more chances you get each time to have your shot to breed, and very importantly, once the breeding parameters are implemented by Chicken Derby, we're going to carefully craft details on the breeding prices and availability and everything. So this is it is a bit of a slow rollout for sure. And this is going to go basically the full way to funding this and getting that part going. And of course, once we know more about tournaments, we're going to be giving you so many details. I know that's where Blake's just chomping at the bit to get those tournaments out there. So those are the two, like, beyond like the merchandise perks and, having
discords.
Private discords, and having the opportunity to be for any other future NFT projects, obviously having a shoe in and the whole bit there, and just a bunch of other things. Even Josh and I were even talking about just being like a transfer service for you guys. If you guys want to make trades, we'll do it for you.
That's like an escrow. We could have an escrow service for holders if they want to trade NFTs, trade chickens, trade whatever. We can
as long as it's not a
bridge. Right.
No doubt, right, Dave? We're good. No doubt. Okay, we're good.
But yeah, the basic idea of it is, you can. The basic idea of this is that we will try whatever the breeding parameters are as far as fees to stud these birds out, as far as the rake that Chicken Derby is going to be taken back. And, it all depends on how the market is. And we don't know if there will be like private listing for stud available or not. That's the thing. So there are a lot of factors that could go into this. But the idea is to basically get you the cheapest possible breed with a higher end bird that you may or may not be able to breed with on the market, because out there,
or you're just going to save money by breeding with, rather than there's going to be others on the market that have stripes or vamp tea, whatever that you may want to breed with, but we're going to be able to give you a cheaper.
I mean, even a Sarama, people may be priced out of being able to breed with a Sarama, and the idea is that we will be able to. Or we'll try to get that to where it's a favorable price point for any of the holders.
Yeah, obviously we want to make the breeding fees to be super affordable, because we just don't know what they're going to be, and some of those breeding fees will help fund the stud barn and whatnot, and obviously all that will be transparent.
That's
and
the
on the
big
burner,
point, Tyler. Is any fees we do not intend on. These fees are intended, if we have to collect them, would go back into the stud barn.
Correct. And, we don't know a lot of things about breeding, obviously, how they could set the minimum breed fees. They could do it by heritage. They could do it by, perfection. Who knows how they're going to set the minimum breed fees. I imagine they'll do it somewhat by heritage, is what we kind of been assuming.
So Greg Dalvin brings up a very good question in the chat. 4 of them, 500 divided by 4 is 125. I'm glad you know math.
Better at it than we are.
I know it now, so I'm happy to say it.
Here's the thing. This is our early adopters, essentially our early adopters NFT. This is the thing that we want to give back to the early people that have been supporting us through the whole way, and we kind of want that to be extremely exclusive. And
And down the line, I'm glad you brought this up because I was going to do the same thing and just add as well that down the line, like this is kind of phase one of things that we want to release and roll out. And, you know, for the most part, you know, our initial thoughts is this is the spicy stud barn. So like, as far as what down the road happens, when we obviously get a lot more chickens and maybe more people start finding their way in and we roll something else out, this is still going to be the first one that will have the chance to get in at, you know, a very reasonable price, we believe, as when we put it out there, and just help out the launch of all of this. And you know, we really hope that it, you know, helps people out in a big way. And this is worth saying that Whamola, I'm not sure if you were just asking in general or with this.
I think he's asking in general.
In general, that just comes, that's the cool thing that they put in before, is that it just comes down to whoever pays the stud fee gets the bird, obviously gets the money, and you can choose who gets the bird. So, and obviously in ours, it'll be you guys getting the bird when you decide to breed with the chicken. For as basically as affordable as we can make it. And we're gonna hash that out and when we know more details.
So Thomas Medina, the mint time will be kind of, it won't, like I said earlier, it will not be kind of like your typical mint. It'll be something that people will be able to get to and attain easily, and it won't be like some mad dash to go and scramble and get them. At least that's.
Or we're selling ourselves short. We'll see.
There's definitely going to be a whitelist of some form.
Definitely will
for
be a
people
whitelist.
who have been with us, you know, we're on episode 23. Even if you've been here just the last few episodes, like there'll be. We're going to make sure
you're still early.
Yeah.
Goodbye, used car salesman. They'd go in there.
But WT,
be active, be early.
This will be the stud barn will be a spicy only stud barn, or any birds that are not spicy will only be from the in-house breeding from said stud barn, so you know they're going to be juicy.
And I'm sure there's going to be more questions, and we're going to be putting out a white paper for that. So everything comes out and everything's right there. So you know exactly what our plan is to do with these chickens, whether there's a time frame that we're going, if we'd ever sell them or anything, any questions you have. And once we release this, you know, just as, you know, we've learned very well from Chicken Derby guys, suggestions, bring them in. Even after you've heard this, you have questions, you have concerns, let us know. We are listening. We are open to making, I actually have one thing written there already, that we are just open to making changes, not necessarily as we go, but as we learn new information, as we get feedback from you guys, you know, we are open to that idea. It's not like we're not putting anything to like a voting system, but we are very much
it's
to the
flexible right now for sure. We're definitely very flexible because again, there's a lot of unknowns at play, right?
Well,
as we mentioned before.
Yeah, that's just it. We're tiptoeing around kind of where and what we can say and can do, because
there's
so
uncertainties.
much there are so many uncertainties that we are expecting to come, you know, that we just can't say, well, we're going to do this, and then all of a sudden Chicken Derby does something else. So it's one of those things.
We know there's going to be breeding. So
yes,
that's why we feel comfortable with at least saying what we're saying now, because we know there's breeding. Well, we can create this stud barn, right? So
just like I know I can run a tournament without private races.
Right. It'll be
but ideally they give us private races.
That is
right.
Correct.
So one way or another, we know we can make that work, and that's the beauty of it, with the times being written right there. And it's actually a simpler process than we were hoping, which is even better. Yeah. But obviously, private racing would be,
even though I don't think the times might have anything to do with the races, it sure does help with the tournaments.
Yes,
that's
indeed.
It does.
So.
But yeah, the stud barn is kind of a big vision of ours, and you know, there's so many more other perks that are included in this.
I mean, honestly, we felt like just the tournament perks that we were going to be giving you guys was worth it in general. And then when like Josh and I came up with that, we're like, all right, now that's just like icing on the cake on top of something that's already going to be what we feel like is going to be a really fun thing to be able to be able, because with the tournaments, there's going to be free entries, there's going to be reduced entry prices, there's going to be all kinds of ways. There's going to be
raffle off entries and all kinds of stuff.
There's going to be there's going to be holder only tournaments as well. So with all kinds of different prizes and stuff. So
and I think even in the roadmap,
and I'm even going to reward
will take place for the Coop Collective holders. So the first tournament that we do will be a holder only tourney.
And my ultimate vision is to even, because we're going to have birds that aren't obviously going to be top end birds. We're going to even let you run some of your crappy birds too and have some maybe worst as first tournaments, things like that.
Oh yeah.
Hey, down the
there'll
line,
be creative stuff. It won't be best bird wins prizes is the only tournament we ever run.
Right.
Can we sell our poker night invites?
Oh yeah, poker nights. Yeah,
that's another big one.
I've actually been in a few other ones. I know Knights
They're
of
fun.
DGen was doing that, where it's just they have a really good app they use, and you just go right in, and it's smooth, it's simple. It's one of the best actually mobile poker apps I've used. Yeah, and well, now that
just
we know
set up a room
really
and you join, and boom, you're in at a table.
And we'll have NFT prizes for that, and we'll do collabs with people for NFT prizes and all kinds of stuff. Like it's gonna get really fun once this thing starts revving up, and I think that's why we're so excited right now, even though there are so many uncertainties, just to get this first stage rolled out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's we've wanted to do this, and excuse me, we've wanted to drop this for at least a month now. We're just like, let's do this. Oh, we could do this now. Oh, we could do this. The market's great. Oh, let's do it. Oh, we should probably wait till the next year.
Taxes.
That's when Dad comes in and says,
Dad,
taxes.
Hold on, boys. You need to do your research.
Research is for losers.
Jesus. Why do you always do this?
Do it for me.
Well, if our person in the tax haven state would do his part.
Yeah.
It's all timing.
It's all timing.
I'm almost there.
Oh man.
Thank you,
do you want to give them a little glimpse again for the ones that weren't here earlier?
You want to
sacrifice the quality
show the shiny
show to show the shiny
show the slammer,
show the shine. Yeah, and this is just this is just a small piece of what we might be seeing coming out with these NFTs, because of course Josh had to be extra and take and decide like, ooh, I can do more with these. He wanted to tease them tonight. He asked like 10 times, can I do a teaser tonight? Can I do a teaser? And I was like, no, we're gonna wait.
I at least convinced him to let me tease this.
Yeah.
Because it's gorgeous. And shout out to the creator.
Yeah, it really is. And we're gonna be hoping that when we use this thing, we'll be able to customize it a little bit and do some different things with it. So, but yeah,
I've got some ideas for this.
For sure. And just a beautiful bird on there, if I don't say so myself. We still need a name.
Actually, you know what's funny is I saw a question earlier in the chat of what was the decision-making process of getting that bird on that token, and that was just the bird that we chose to honestly, we kind of slapped all this together at the beginning. It was like, here, there's our logo. Boom. That's a good looking bird.
I built the template one day, and it's like, send me a bird, and it's like, well, I mean, at least we own this bird. So.
I was the only one that minted anything that was, with the exception of Blake Stripe. That was the only thing that was minted that had like a major. Oh, we had the two stripes, but this is the only thing that had like a cosmetic, and then it was like gold, and it's like, oh, gold might be good, and we just used that one, and that's
that one
had a good contrast off the background.
Yeah. So it's fun. I'm excited. That's the official seal. Think of it like that.
Crypto King. I can answer Crypto King. We might have trophies.
That's very much a possibility down the road, where we've got trophy ideas, for winners of our tournaments, possibly getting something like this with, the bird that
maybe for like the grand tournament, we could even do like a custom trophy, maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Our roadmap does commit me to doing as many as 500 logos for token holders. So.
That is true.
Get your fingers ready, or you're good. Work out that mouse hand.
I use a trackpad. Don't worry.
Oh, you're a trackball? Oof. I make fun of
trackpad.
Oh, the pad.
Trackpad.
Are we going to drop them as special NFTs to the holders, the logos? That would be pretty sweet.
Stop spitballing ideas live on stream, so
Jesus,
I can't.
Blake.
I'm
Let me filter you.
Making all this work for us. Jeez.
Hey,
People can NFT their own logo.
Josh was like, make sure you drop the white paper we have in the chat so no one, just brainstorms on air. Blake.
Oh. Well,
But it's good. I like it.
just thinking,
Add
Dave has to
another
do them all.
500.
Yeah.
How are we going to get them to them all?
It's not
just
a bad
send them to
idea.
their wallets.
It's not a bad idea. It really is.
That's all I was thinking.
The price of the NFT just went up
No.
There you go. See?
because my cut's got to be higher.
Yeah. We are probably short selling ourselves. That's what we do around here. But
Probably.
hey, we're super excited for just all of this. Every stupid part of this has been cool. And it's been weird. And it's been just kind of adventurous through the whole thing. A vortex of idiots and one really smart person that is just kind of helping us out. And
Keeps us grounded.
He keeps us grounded. Yeah. So it's
I think in fairness, we've also, outside of the four of us, have had some really smart people
yes,
come
Oh, for
alongside
we really have
to kind of get us to the spot where we could even do this. Because, I mean, we've learned quite a few things in 6 months of this nonsense.
Yeah.
To the point where we're like, we could do our own NFT
Yeah. Well, here's Greg
and
helping
make it
us out.
good.
Greg's helping us out. Initial Genesis NFT is gold. The second one is silver. Larger amount, like 1,000 with tiered rewards. Yeah. I mean, we've been.
Yeah, we've had that conversation.
Stop
been thinking it.
brainstorming live on air.
Jesus,
guys.
sorry.
The white paper is the white paper.
But wait until our robust stud barn comes out.
Yeah,
I like the rainbow paper.
Gen 2
Yeah.
stud brand stud.
Guys,
robust
this
stud
is
brands.
only
I can't-
roadmap 1.0.
Yes,
We're in beta, guys.
we are.
We are beta.
Trust me.
We are beta. Yeah.
Like I said before, this is the early adopters. This is the exclusive one. There will be more. Let's just say that.
For sure.
Mhm.
I've been working really hard on my little art pad that I got.
Doing your arts.
I like to art.
Yeah. Doing your
Just
art
gonna
projects.
sprinkle a little bush right there. Just don't you tell me.
Happy little accidents.
Happy little accidents. Yeah, for sure. We
So,
are
yes.
ecstatic to be even. I mean, if you would have told me 6 months ago when we started this that we'd be sitting here talking about dropping our own project like this and taking it above and beyond, I would have been like, okay.
This all began with just Blake
Whatever.
having big thoughts about tournaments and us
Acting all
thinking he-
crazy and just
Thinking he was crazy. I'm like, I just met this crazy Oklahoman that thinks he's going to take this thing and quit his job. So, all right.
I was just here to make logos.
Yeah, yeah. And then we're like, oh, you know what? It might be right.
I've produced
just
a
had-
podcast before.
big thoughts and ideas that are kind of starting to manifest itself into a little bit of a reality. So
Yeah.
Right.
it's pretty cool.
But yeah, again, like Dave said, we didn't get here on our own. Definitely not. There are a lot of people out there that we could sit here and say thank yous to. But take this as we thank all of you. You know who you are that have helped
Yeah.
us.
I
We really
look at us as
appreciate it
like-
for real.
second or third generation in the NFT space. Like, we're like the second wave coming through, the third wave.
It's true. Yeah. We all struggled through the first one, and then now we're trying to figure it out.
we were
from there.
learning
Yeah.
in the first.
We're
what I'm
gonna
saying?
do
We're
it our
learning
way,
from them.
and we're gonna do it better.
Yeah. It's but it's been a ride for sure. We've learned a lot, even in the last 20 weeks since we've been doing this podcast.
I've learned a lot on this show. Right now.
No chicken giveaway for you, Pete.
No.
Damn it!
Yeah,
Pete.
get out of here, Pete. Damn it, Pete.
Oh man, why has he got to do this to me? I just got to throw this out there again. Just got to remind you. Damn you.
Dad approved. Dad approved message.
We don't mean all the Pete's.
Just-
Yeah,
We
just
mean,
some of the.
we mean,
Pete's.
damn it, Pete.
It's specific. It says you, Pete.
I
know
will
which
say
Pete you
though,
are.
the way that Pete has parlayed our issue with Mr. Pete into all about him.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Kudos.
Kudos. Yeah. Well
It's all
played.
about the bit, and we love it.
Yeah. Heady play.
Disowned.
Disowned. Sambo still has Mr. Pete.
Just
yeah,
the Pete.
Mr. Pete's disowned until he gets Cherry Dusk 96s for 0.45, and then he's right back to the family, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Jealous. That guy.
Sambo, you created a fucking monster.
An absolute monster.
Well, there goes the PG rating.
Yeah, freaking
Damn it, Josh.
all hesitant about buying chickens, and now the dude has a problem.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
A chicken, yes.
Don't we all?
Yes, we do. But yes, that was the fun stuff we've been working on, and we've got more. I have been hard at it, like I said, working on this NFT and other. We've been working on just getting the idea wrapped around it and making it clear and not a DAO.
Not a DAO.
Not a DAO.
Yeah, don't want that.
You don't get to vote on anything.
But we will value your opinion.
Yes,
We will listen.
opinions will be taken, whether or not they're. No, I'm kidding. No, but yeah, that's just some of the exciting stuff that we got in store for y'all. And like I said, when METAVERSE, when it happens, that could open the door for a lot more things.
The cruise thing. When they said
that's
cruise, that really was just like, wow, what we could make out of that. Like, so believe me, the gears are spinning, and we're gonna get to a point too where we're gonna need some help. So y'all hanging around, like, you want to help out at some point, like you stick around here, we'll remember.
Absolutely. So yes, that has been our show this week. We might be back early this week. I forgot to talk about this pre-show, but I'll be gone next weekend on Saturday, so we may have to either have an early week show or go on vacation. I don't know.
People are like, no.
Yeah.
And then
We'll
the following week is the day after Christmas. So I don't know.
Right. So we're gonna be walking in some choppy waters. So
keep your eyes glued to that Twitter. We'll be definitely updating you on that. And if you need to follow us on Twitter, that is at Cock Talk Derby. And we are the Coop Collective. I am
like and subscribe.
Grateful Coops. Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe the show. Check out.
There's only
Coop
11
Collective
so
IO.
far.
Yeah,
We need
them
more.
likes. Give me them likes. I need them.
damn it, Pete, you're not filling in for Josh.
We need them for the algorithm.
Yes. So
Josh
go
is
solicit-
irreplaceable.
We
Go
got to wrap this
solicit-
up. I forgot to plug my computer in. I'm at 5%.
So yeah, go solicit
make
that
it.
stuff. I am at Grateful Coops in the Discord. I have Water Racing on my left, MBF Express in the top corner, and Dad up top. We are the Coop Collective, and we bid you adieu. Bye.
See ya.
Win racing.
All right, 4%. I'm getting my charger.
Red.